I fired some people this week. I think it's crazy that people try and keep non-fits in their business because they're simply too scared to fire them. If somebody isn't hitting the metrics in the first few weeks, then you need to make a call. At the end of the day, we are not a business that can invest in excessive amounts of training. If that requirement is not being met within the first month, we make the hard decision to move people on. And I have made that hard decision twice in the last month. You're delaying your own growth, you're delaying their growth, so it's better to rip the Band-Aid off early.
Welcome to the Success School podcast. We're on episode 98 today. Steph, how you feeling?
98.
98, we're close.
Oh,
The big hundy.
the big hundy coming up. We're going to do a bit of a hundy series.
We sound so Aussie.
Oh my God, can we not? Should we delete that part and do it again?
No.
I'm so sorry you guys had to hear that. I feel really bad that you had to listen to that. But we are really excited about our 100th episode coming up. And we are going to be doing, as of next week, a 3-part series to celebrate our 100th episode, which is awesome.
We're going to do some crazy shit.
We are. I have a personal update for you.
Tell us.
You know.
I don't know.
You definitely know. I fired some people this week.
Did you?
No, don't act surprised. You know.
Tell us. Who? What for?
I'm not laughing about
Yeah, fucking
No. I'm not
firing
laughing
people.
about this. It's the worst. It, as always, it is shitty. But they haven't been on the team that long, and that's because we went to an event recently, and there was a few really smart cats in the room, and they were talking about how they've grown their businesses and how they've really created teams that just want to do the work and who love doing the work and who just always perform. And they said that one of their recruitment processes is that they just optimize in the first couple of weeks for performance. And if somebody isn't hitting the metrics in the first few weeks, then you need to make a call. And my heart hates this, but my brain understands it. And at the end of the day, we are not a business that can invest in excessive amounts of training. We are not a business that has the time, energy, or interest to spend 6 months getting somebody up to scratch. It's just not the way that we operate. We're looking for people who are willing to learn on the fly, who are willing to use their initiative, who are go-getters and hustlers. And if that requirement is not being met within the first month, we make the hard decision to move people on. And I have made that hard decision twice in the last month to move people on, and we've replaced them straight away. And I think that the reason I want to share this is because it's normal and it's part of business. And I think it's crazy that people try and keep non-fits in their business because they're simply too scared to fire them. Don't you think that's crazy though?
Yeah.
That people just keep people in their business?
Yeah, it's wild for me.
I
would be.
I know you would never.
ASAP, you know?
Yeah, I know you would never.
I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm
But
doing
yeah.
them a disservice by keeping them.
Correct. You are doing them a disservice by keeping them. It's not going to work out long term. You're delaying your own growth. You're delaying their growth. They're going to find something that they're way better off fitting somewhere else. So it's better to rip the Band-Aid off early. So I think the lesson here is to have key performance metrics that you can see within the first couple of weeks whether or not they're performing. And if they're not, then it's time to go.
Yeah.
Tim, what's your
Agreed.
personal update?
Well, it starts with a question.
Oh,
Do you notice some bags under my eyes?
not really.
Okay. Well, I have them because I'm tired.
Oh, I mean, you do look a little tired.
Because I have been building Success School 3.0 for the third time.
Yes.
This is my personal update. We've been rebuilding, and by we, I've been rebuilding the curriculum in Success School because things change. Things need updating. They need refreshing. We're always studying. We're learning new stuff, so we need to bring new content to light for our clients. And we did have the realization a couple of weeks ago where instead of just kind of getting clients to work out the processes for themselves, we should just give them the processes. So here's how to do marketing. Here's how to do sales. Here's the SOPs. Here's the texts. Here's the emails. Here's the sequences. Here's everything you need, and just go and install it in your business rather than them trying to work it out and us being like, yeah, good job. We just wanted to give them the keys and the pillars that they need to build a 7-figure business. And once they have the pillars or they have the foundations, they're going to be much more inclined and they're going to get results much faster, which has been incredible. It's been a process for us. It's been amazing and, super gratifying seeing all the messages come in about people absolutely crushing it. But yeah, that's my personal update. I've got bags under my eyes.
God, we are so grateful for you, Tim. I went and hung out with a girlfriend on the weekend, and I said, oh yeah, Tim's been rebuilding Successful 3.0. And she goes, again? And I was like, yeah, girl, I mean, we don't stop. Our clients, we want them to have the best of the best. And you are so fiercely committed to that. And we are so eternally grateful. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Steph, what are we talking about? We're talking about the 10K marketing plan, and that's a bit of an inside joke for us. Steph says 10K.
Yes, because I'm Australian.
Still
So
Australian.
the $10,000 marketing plan, we're going to give it to you today, step by step. First of all, before we even dive into this, guys, if you are listening to this right now, yes, you, I see you, I feel you, and I want you to go and click subscribe if you haven't already, because we don't know if we're doing a good job, honestly. And I feel very sad about it if I don't get likes and subscribes. So if you could please go and words of affirmation are my thing. And it's nice that you sometimes send them to me in DM. That's really sweet. But if you could just go subscribe, then I would know for sure.
I just want to shout someone out, actually, in this moment. The other month, I had this doesn't happen as regularly as I would like it, but I had a girl approach me in the gym. Sorry, Steph. Her name was Kat, and she was a podcast listener. And Kat Green, shout out to you, legend, came up to me and she's like, "Oh, Tim, I love your podcast." And I was like a bit almost starstruck that someone came and said that. I was like, "Oh, really? Oh, do you listen?" I got all fucking weird and nervous, and it was nice. So thanks, Kat.
Shout out to Kat.
And if you're a random and we don't know each other, please approach us wherever that is.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I was smashing some deadlifts. She was like, "You're really strong," and I was like, "Yeah, I fucking am. Let's go."
Well, we were listening to Chris Williamson talk about this on his podcast, right? And he was saying that people don't really come up to him as often as people would think that they would. And I was like, oh gosh, I wish that people would come up to us more often.
Yeah.
We're really approachable, guys. We're super friendly. If you see us out, come say hey. We totally love to chat.
We're like a puppy dog. Want to be a
hi.
Yeah.
Hello, we're friends now. Feel free to come say hey. We would love that. Anyway, what are we talking about? Dive in. Let's do it.
All right, the 10K marketing plan. So what you need to know, we got 3 things. Growth comes from doing it consistently. We had our biggest month ever in April, and a friend of mine, Steven, he messaged me on WhatsApp. And he's like, "How'd you do it?" And I was like, "Bro, you're going to hate this, but just be fucking consistent." And he said, "You guys are like Mr. and Mrs. Consistent." We literally we just show up, do the fucking work, send the emails, do the posts, run the ads, do the videos, do the podcast. That sounds like a lot. It is a lot.
It is and it isn't. It does get easier over time. We could smash all that out in 10 hours a week if we really wanted to.
Yeah.
We could. Yeah. We don't because we love the game.
Yeah.
But I would say that we can. That's why we travel a lot. That's why we do a lot. We pretty much switch off most days at 2:33. It's definitely not.
You do.
What? I do. Yeah. Okay, so the thing that stops most growth in a marketing plan is that coaches often just spread themselves too thin. They try too many things at once. I think I should try LinkedIn. I think I should try email outreach. And I think I should try Instagram. And I think I should do this. And I think I should do that. And because you're doing all of those things, you're not optimizing any of them. You're not tracking any of the data. You're not doing any of them well. And then you're wondering why nothing's working, but it feels like you're doing more than you were supposed to be doing. It's because if you just dialed in 2 of those things, and they're not going to work straight away, you're going to have to optimize them until they work. But once they start working, then you add a third thing in rather than the other way around.
And lastly, the offer doesn't need to change. The engine behind it does. And I'll give a story on this one. We had a client rock up to a call last week, and she said, "Oh, my business isn't growing." And I said, "Yeah, cool. Send me your KPIs. You're not doing them, obviously." And then I was like, "Cool. What kind of marketing are you doing?" And she says, "I make 3 reels a week." And I was like, "Okay. And what else?" And that's it. Makes 3 reels a week. And I said, the volume is just not enough. You need to be doing a bit more, especially with what's going on the internet at the moment. It's a volume thing. AI is everywhere. People are just getting drowned out. So unfortunately, it's not about the offer, or usually it's not about the offer unless the offer is absolutely awful. It's more about doing more marketing.
Absolutely. She actually had a great offer, just not enough marketing driving to it. And I think sometimes when you think that you're doing enough marketing, which she's not, but in that case, if she thinks oh, I'm doing these reels every week, why is it not bringing in? It's really easy to go, oh, it must be the offer, when in actual fact, it's okay, but what if I just dialed up the marketing, right? But because there's just not enough happening, there's not enough momentum, there's not enough movement, the marketing isn't going to work. All
right, guys, we're going to give you the step-by-step to how to add an extra $10,000 a month, and that is with a marketing plan. The first one, we're not going to talk this to death, but it is organic content. The way we see organic content, it's more of a brand builder for us. It's not the thing that is going to drive massive growth in your business. It's more like a business card that people come back to and they look and they see, are you legit? Do you make good content? Does it look high quality? Do I get along with their vibe type thing? And I think a lot of people put their, especially in our demographic of biz babe type women, they put all their eggs in the Instagram basket and they're like, why is my business not growing? Because social media is just not it. That is just not how you should grow a massive business these days. Not even a massive business, but a business that's doing 20, 30, 40K months.
Yeah. And the businesses that are doing 20, 30, 40K months on organic alone are posting more than once a day.
Yeah.
For the most part, or have really, really big audiences that they've grown over time. The second thing that you need to do in order to have the $10,000 marketing plan is to run a monthly workshop. So The point of this is to have a long form connection with your audience, to invite them into your world, to experience more about you, more about your knowledge, more about the way that you work, the person that you are. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. And monthly workshops, and it can be anything else. It can be a paid workshop, it can be a challenge, it can be a masterclass, it can be a live event in person, which I wouldn't recommend, but it could definitely be that. It can be any one of those things, but it's a chance for people to really experience you, okay? The topic needs to be similar to a hook that you would maybe run to a lead magnet. So something that's really hooky, really sexy, solves one specific, very painful problem that your ideal client is aware that they have, okay? Ideally, the naming sequence would be like, get thing that they want without thing that they are trying to avoid, okay? If you do a name like that, and if you can do it in a time frame, in X time frame, bananas, it'll go well, it'll crush, you'll do it really well. The key here is to advertise it for at least 7 days. You might want to advertise it for longer. It just depends on how much energy you have as well, because marketing these can be a little bit of extra work, especially if you're doing it organic and you're posting on stories and you're getting ads up and stuff like that. You may want to allow yourself a little bit of time. If you're running it monthly, I'll give myself 2 weeks to set it all up, ads, emails, marketing, all that sort of stuff. Make sure that when you are getting leads for this monthly workshop, you're getting their name, email, and their phone number. Now, I don't care if you don't call the leads right now. I mean, I do. Tim really does care. Tim cares a lot. But get their phone numbers, because one day in 3 months' time, I guarantee you'll want to call leads and you won't have any numbers to call anybody with, okay? And text sequences work really well as well. Text reminders are awesome because not everyone has email reminders. So just get their bloody number, okay?
All right, step 3, guys, surprise, surprise. I'm talking about paid ads. So we get this question all the time, or we get this comment. They're like, I see you guys fucking everywhere. That's the point. We're creating omnipresence and we want you to see us everywhere. We're running ads all the time. We're targeting people that are in our networks, our warm networks, because it is a thing where we're trying to get you to consume 7 hours of our content, which is key. So think about, if we looked at this holistically, if you're seeing our organic, you're seeing our ads, you're getting our workshops, you're coming to our events and stuff, you're far more likely to enter our funnel and buy our product. So paid ads just helps you amplify that. So there are 3 main components to paid ads. First one is top of funnel, which we'll put a lot of budget into, and that's just basically to create awareness. CTA on these type of videos could be book a scale session or whatever that is for you. In terms of the content, we're doing problem solution content mainly. So we are showing you that we can solve your problems. We're also doing clips, funny clips, podcast reels, that kind of stuff as well. Next one is middle of funnel. We usually run 2 different funnels for this. The first one will be a lead magnet, so some kind of download where we get name, email, number. We're then going to reach out to you and see if we can further solve your problems. The second one is the conversion event or the workshop. So they're usually a free workshop event, webinar challenge, that kind of thing. And we are getting someone in middle of funnel. And then lastly, we have bottom of funnel. So these are only to warm audiences. And this is direct, like book a scale session and we're going to solve your problem type thing. So we've got 3 different levels to paid ads. We think they're very effective. I think everyone, every business, over 5K months should be running some form of paid ads. I think it helps tremendously. I think that's where marketing is going. And if you're not on this and you want to learn, I can teach you.
One of our clients is brand new, still kind of works in her day job, is doing her counseling business kind of on the side. And she's getting 53 new leads every single week and for a counseling thing. And she's just crushing, absolutely crushing. And name, email, phone number, super easy, 1 lead magnet. And I think she's spending literally $50 a week to be able to consistently bring new blood into your world, to email market, to contact, to text, to reach out, to check in. Guys, it is invaluable. Most of you you don't have a sales problem, you don't have an offer problem, you have a leads problem. Most of you just aren't getting enough people to even talk to even have a conversation about getting your product. The 4th one is email marketing. So we recommend between 2 and 5 times a week for your email marketing. I had a conversation with a client about this morning, and she was like, I just don't know where to start. There's so many different nurture sequences, and what should I do? Should I send a 30-day? I was like, girl, just chill for a sec. Just chill. Send an email. She has this particular client has incredible social media content that constantly is regularly going viral, getting hundreds of people comment and say, hey, they're interested. I was like, just turn those into emails and send them. And instead of having them reply back with a word, just have them click a link if they agree, and that link takes them to the sales page. This gets to be simple. Just start with that twice a week, but you can change it up. So we email, I think maybe even 7. Mm-hmm. We email 7 times a week. Now, obviously I'm not in charge of email marketing, Tim is. And we mix it up. You can absolutely mix it up. You can tell stories, you can share case studies, you can show testimonials, you can give insights, you can tell client stories, you can share client wins, you can share your own personal wins. There's no rules here. It's just about creating interesting conversations with other humans and making them want to open your email because it's kind of exciting to read.
All right, guys. Step 5, call the fucking leads. And this doesn't have to be call. So call could mean communicate with your leads, communicate with your fucking leads. Okay. It can be call, text, email, whatever it is, but you need to communicate with them consistently. As soon as you are inconsistent, it's going to signal to them subconsciously that your brand is unreliable, maybe not interested, or maybe I shouldn't work with you. So we are pretty strong on this. It's like everyone that comes into our funnel will be called, they will be texted, and they will be emailed. It works really well, guys, when you do it. So I know you guys a lot of people won't be having 400, 500, 600 new leads a month. So it's not hard to do. It may be like 10 minutes on the phone per day. Just call them, be of service. Hey, is there anything I can help with? Awesome. Let's chat through that. All right. Let me know if you want to progress to the next stage. And then we can, book an actual call where we go through strategy and how I can help you for a long-term engagement. But it needs to be of service that you're calling them. You're not trying to sell them shit off the bat, like a cold caller, or you're trying to sell them a used car or whatever analogy people have. And most of the time people are pretty receptive to getting a phone call. They're not going to tell you to fuck off, especially if you're the person calling them that's running the business. They're going to be respectful. Usually they're going to be very thankful that you've actually called them and put the time into it. So one of our clients, Margaret, she has recently started calling the leads, and she told me that a lot of her prospects are just shocked that she's actually calling them, and they are so grateful that she's actually reached out in support and wanted to help them. And that is massive for your business, guys. This doesn't have to be gross and icky and whatever it is. Of course, you're going to get some people that will tell you to get lost or go get something else to do and stop calling me. And that's fine. That's okay. It's just like email unsubscribed. It's just part of it. But if you never try, you'll never know. And then you might not truly ever know the size or how big your business could get because you're not following up the people that have actually inquired with you.
Let's talk about this really quickly because obviously you're averse to calling leads because it's scary. Okay, I get it. Hands down, we understand it's not a super comfortable thing to do. Talk about Paula for a sec, Tim. Tell us what happened with Paula this week. Shout out to Paula.
Shout out to Paula. Paula Day, amazing CFO. So if you guys need any CFO, hit her up. She called the fucking leads and booked in 5 actual sales conversations, sold 2, and then had like another one who was very interested in doing it. She was very adverse to it. She's been hearing me say call the leads for however long, and she was like, yeah, maybe that wouldn't work for me. And then she actually just did it, got herself to a really good position, and now she's killing it. And she's like, I see the light.
She even got a strategic partnership out of it. Like someone was like, oh, we've been looking for a CFO actually. Would you come and present in one of our containers? Like phenomenal, guys. Like I just think we've lost the art of humans talking to humans. This isn't about selling. Selling happens as a byproduct of having a conversation with somebody and being helpful, okay? This is about humans just talking to humans. Like gone are the days where you could just like pop over to your neighbor's house and like now it's weird. It's weird to talk to a stranger in the shopping center. It's weird to pick up the phone and call somebody. It shouldn't be. We're human beings. This is how businesses build. They build on relationships. So call the bloody leads.
All right. What not to do, guys, is be inconsistent with your organic content or any type of marketing, to be honest. It's built on consistency and it's built on the flywheel. How we've had our biggest months ever of all time is we are just brutally consistent. And the second is don't just solely rely on one marketing channel. I know a lot of people just rely on ads only, but ads only gets you so far because people want to be nurtured. They want to check out your organic. They want to be emailed. They want to have the full experience with you. And I know organic only isn't as powerful as it is with ads, and ads aren't as powerful as they are with organic as well. They work really well together.
The next one is don't ghost your email list. First of all, emails get to be really easy, okay? A couple of ways they get to be easy. Take a post and ask AI to turn it into an email for a specific audience with a call to action that makes them want to click it. Super simple. Turn your social media content into emails, turn your podcast into emails, turn your interview into emails, turn your live into emails, turn your Instagram story into emails, just turn everything into emails. So you should have endless amounts of email content, okay? With AI, you have no reason not to do this. But the second thing here is even if you have nothing to send this week, just send one email. That's a 9-word email. That's like, hey, it's me. I'm just checking in. Are you still looking for help with business? Step. That's it. It can be that simple. Just send that email if you have nothing else to send, okay? Last but not least, guys, on what not to do is don't wait for leads to decide. Go first. I think we have an epidemic of people being too scared to follow up. You know, if someone enters your ManyChat sequence, follow up a couple of days later and see how they went with the document. Ask them a question about their goals. Ask them if they are looking for any additional support. Say that you have another free resource you can send them if they are wanting some additional help. We wait for people. Like, I think something happened like maybe a year ago on Instagram where all these Instagram people came out and said, I don't chase people, I attract. And that's magic during the COVID coaching boom when everyone was making heaps of money and everyone was in demand. And, there weren't that many coaches and there were more people who wanted support than wanted coaches and everyone had heaps of money. That was 100% something that you could do. But now all those people don't say that shit anymore because that's not the way business is really done. It's not that you're chasing, it's that you're following up and you're connecting with. And I think we need to change the mentality from if you're reaching out to people and you're checking in, you're following up, that's not chasing, that's supporting. Imagine having somebody in your corner. Like that's who we are as coaches. Like we are the kinds of people who are like, hey, haven't seen you on a call in a while. Like jump on. Hey, what's going on in your business? Like do you regularly reach out to clients? Just checking in. Like we'll regularly tag clients to see what's up. It's really important, guys, that you are that person for those people. So if you're that kind of person, then don't be afraid to show it. If you're the kind of person that wants to make connections, connect with your audience.
All right. We have our listener question today. This is from Brooke. So how long does it take to see results with a well-rounded marketing plan like this one, including ads, email, organic, calling the leads, that type of stuff? So there are a few different metrics that you should measure on this. And where this goes wrong is people get emotional about this stuff and they say, it's not working. And then people that usually say that stuff, I will reply to them and I'll say, cool, send me your KPIs, and then they won't have it. The key is if you're doing any type of marketing activity, you have to track the results. Okay. So how many leads you're getting, how many inquiries you're getting, how many people are opening your emails, how many leads you're getting from ads, all the different areas, how many people are answering the phone. And then you're going to have a well-rounded and formulated answer to give rather than just being like, it isn't working. Because a lot of the time people think their marketing isn't working, but it actually is. And the issue is not marketing, it's a sales problem. They're not actually selling people or having sales conversations or getting someone on the phone to take them to the next level in their process.
Yeah, and probably just a little reminder that marketing isn't some sort of magic. It's just about getting in the reps. Like the more reps that you do with marketing, the faster you're going to learn it. It is a skill. You're not supposed to be good at it straight away. The more that you can post consistent content, the more you're going to learn what your audience does and doesn't like, the more that you can create more content like that. But without doing it, you're never going to know.
All right, just a quick recap, guys. Here's how to add an extra $10,000 a month with this marketing plan. Post 5 to 7 times a week organically. You could go one step further and, repurpose that on multiple platforms. So if you're using Instagram, pop it on Facebook, personal Facebook,
Send
TikTok,
us an email.
Whatever, send us an email. Number 2, run a monthly conversion event. That can be a webinar, workshop, challenge, whatever that is for you. It can be in person, online, whatever you want. Number 3, add in some paid ads. So top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, all the different areas of paid ads. They're cool. Start with one if you're not sure on which one to add. You need to send emails, like Steph said before, repurpose. So 2 to 5 emails a week. And then lastly, what is it, Steph?
Call the damn leads, or in Tim's case, call the fucking leads. And if you do this for 90 days straight, guys, you wouldn't recognize the business that you have. Most people can't commit to that for 90 days.
All right, guys, that is a wrap. And that was an amazing episode. If you got some value from it, hit that subscribe button. We've loved having you. Next episode is going to start the trilogy on the 9900 and 101st episode. We've got some cool stuff planned. Super excited for it. Tune in next week.
See you there.